Paper Mario meets Mario and Luigi.
This is really cool. Oh my god.
Did you just collect that toad?
Yes. I was just talking yesterday about how much I love it when like a comic book will do a crossover where they take like characters from different artists and have them interact on the same page, but each individual artist still draws their character, so you have all these different art styles interacting with each other, and that's exactly what this is.
Yeah, probably to a whole new level as well. What?
You have a battle mech.
Mario and Luigi Paper Jam?
I'm looking forward to that. Oh hey, yeah, tennis. Huh. It's been a long time since there's been Mario Tennis.
Yeah.
Was it GameCube or did the Wii have one?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Because I know I had the GameCube one.
Hmm.
Oh god.
Oh jeez.
That's unfair.
Only Toad is normal sized now.
He'll probably win. Wow!
Whoa!
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, I wonder if we'll see a thing for the next Mario Sonic Olympic Games.
Hmm.
I don't know when the Olympics are, but I know they announced another Mario Sonic thing.
Yeah.
We've been working together for 30 years now. If there's 3 ideas presented to both of us, we pick the same one.
As the years went on and we made more and more side-scrolling games, we had to create a more advanced tool to design them with. This became the basis of Super Mario Maker.
The
Is that
tool got
cat
so
just
good
playing?
that the more we worked with it, the more we realized we could also turn it into something everyone could enjoy. With Super Mario Maker, anytime you make an edit, you can see the results right away. This instant feedback can really help your imagination run wild.
Back in the day, we had to create everything by hand. To design courses, we would actually draw them one at a time onto these sheets of graph paper. We'd then hand our drawings to the programmers, who would code them into a build. While digging up these old documents, we found this. It's very precious.
Hard to see.
Out of the idea of Super Mario Brothers, we had a concept of land, air, and sea. See this old sketch of Mario throwing fireballs from a moving cloud? You can now do that in Super Mario Maker. You can even control where the cloud flies.
In the old days, when we needed to fix or change part of the course, it would get really messy if we tried to edit the original drawing. So we'd put this see-through paper on top to make edits.
A lot of things might look familiar, but you can combine various elements from the different games to create entirely new stuff.
Freebo shoe!
Like stacking different enemies on top of each other to make a huge tower, and then putting a bullet bill on top. You can even put things we've never placed underwater. Right, there are some enemies that don't normally appear underwater, like Goombas.
They don't know what to do.
It will swim like a small shrimp. Mario can even take on the appearance of other characters. Tap a compatible amiibo, like Wii Fit Trainer, and Mario can turn into Wii Fit Trainer.
Cool! This is what we wanted! This is what everyone wanted!
Mario. We have a lot of these planned.
And she's even
Super
instructing.
Mario's 30th anniversary, we're releasing an 8-bit amiibo. When you use it, your Mario in-game is going to appear a bit bigger. The amiibo itself is pretty big too,
What?
to reflect the effect in the game. There's also a Super
Those
Mario
Goombas had mustaches.
It did.
The booklet has a lot of sample courses. It's really fun just looking at them, as if this is what would happen if you design the world of Mario in real life.
Most times, I start by making a course I want to play, which is usually like a 2-1 or 2-2. Once that's done, we try to make it a little easier. So we move on to making 1-1. It's always like that. I may come across as a mean person by saying this, but in 1-1, there's a Goomba, which is clearly an enemy, but there's also a super mushroom, and you might run when you first see it. You run, but there's a block above, so you can't run. So if you jump, the ceiling is low, so you usually hit it. But when you do, you grow big. It's a surprise. There are stairs, but there are gaps. But the first gap has a floor, and the second one is the one you want to avoid because it's bottomless. So it's a tutorial in a sense. We put a lot of thought into those types of things.
When playing a Mario game for the first time, it's a challenge to run and jump at the same time. New players usually fall into the first pit because they can't make the jump. But they learn from it. They usually fall into it because they can't make it.
I still get killed by the first Goomba.
It's like game design training software.
Try it if you want to get into game design.
Jeez.
With enough practice, anyone can become a good course designer.
Oh.
Earlier,
When
I
did that
said
say?
that
September?
Nintendo's
Yeah.
experience for E3 is all about
Or maybe it was
transformation.
October.
I
And
think
while
September.
we've given you a sneak peek of some of our games coming later in 2015, there's still much more to share. Next, Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 begins. We'll kick off with Mr. Miyamoto and fellow developers flying through Star Fox Zero. And if you can't wait to get your hands on Super Mario Maker, the opportunity is right in front of you. On Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday from noon until 5 p.m. local time, you can walk into any of more than 100 Best Buy stores in the US and Canada and experience the game for yourself firsthand. You can find the details of all of our activities this week at e3.nintendo.com. To close, as anyone transforms, be it a person or a company, it's good to reflect on where you've been to help guide where you go next. Over the past 30 years, more than 1 billion people around the world have played a Nintendo game. And most of them have played as gaming's biggest star, Mario. From the music to the costumes to the characters, Super Mario isn't just Nintendo's mascot. There's a little piece of him and certainly memories of his adventures inside all of us.
I guess the Splatoon demo idea didn't work out for them, so they're going back to the Best Buy thing. Mario Maker actually looks a lot better than I thought it did. And I never expected it to have amiibo support where you can actually play as the character you tap. What's his brains? All right.
That's cool.
Man. So what did you think?
That was really good.
Now it's your turn. Visit LetSuperMario.com and help us celebrate his 30th anniversary by submitting your own Super Mario video. And do it for a good cause, with Nintendo making a donation to the nonprofit group Operation Smile. Visit our site for details. Let's have some fun, let's support a great cause, and let's Super Mario.
Oh, that was that stretched out mushroom that I told you about earlier.
What's that do? It makes you skinny?
Yeah, it makes that version of Small Mario only slightly taller, but
Skinny.
thin.
Yeah, skinny, yeah. So what do you think? I think it might be over now, I'm not sure.
Hello everyone, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. Thank you for watching Nintendo Digital Event. 日本の皆さん遅くまでありがとうございます。今日のね、デジタルイベントの映像っていうのは、今年発売できるソフト、それから来年の早い時期に発売できるソフトに絞り込みました。
So our digital event today focused entirely on games that are launching in 2015 and early 2016.
で、去年 E3 で見せたゲームパッドを生かしたゲームとか、まだまだ開発続けてますので期待してくださいね。
And as we showed at E3 last year, we have many gamepad games for Wii U that we introduced there that are continuing in development, and we're still working on those.
とりあえず今はアミーボと、それからスプラトゥーンでこう狙う、スターフォックスで遊ぶ、いろんなゲームを楽しんでください。
And so we've introduced games like that use Amiibo and games like Splatoon, and we've shown Star Fox for this year, and we've got more coming.
青沼さんがね来てないんですね、この回に。彼は今次のゲームを作るのに今一生懸命頑張ってます。僕も戻ってすぐ手伝う予定です。
And Aonuma-san is not here at E3, and that's because he is back at Nintendo, hard at work on his next game. And as soon as the show is over, I'm going to be going back to help him out with it as well.
で今からスターボックスゼロのね説明をするんですけど、僕がゲームを遊ぶよりトリーハウスの皆さんがずっと上手なので皆さんにお任せします。
And so now what we're going to do is jump right into gameplay straight from Star Fox Zero. But I think maybe rather than having me play it, we should have our Nintendo Treehouse Live staff here play it, because they're probably going to be a lot better than I am.
それから終わったら僕もう一つお話があるので戻ってきますけども、それから今日一日いろんなまたスターフォックスゼロの話とかしますから、寝ずに頑張ってみてくださいね。
But after they're done, I'm going to come right back because there's one more thing that I want to talk about, and so I think we'll take a look at that and then just kick off with Nintendo Treehouse Live.
See you soon. See you soon.
See you soon.
Game.
E3.
Now it's time.
Only at E3 do they let us out of the treehouse to play these games. So we're going to hop right into Star Fox Zero for you guys and do some. We're going to fire up the R-Wing and take it for a test
straight
flight.
In the Corneria, which is a favorite of a lot of Star Fox veterans out there.
This is so cool. I've seen this game. It just brings back a lot of really good memories for me about spending way too much time really late at night playing Star Fox.
I know, you can just see this like cinematic opening. It's so good.
All right. So as we're getting started here, we probably should talk a little bit about how this game fits into the Star Fox series for folks who maybe missed our digital event.
Right. This Star Fox is kind of a reimagining of the original or Star Fox 64. As far as it's not a prequel, it's not a sequel, it's just kind of exists alongside that of Star Fox.
This is the JJ from Star Trek
It's going to be
of
a
Star
whole
Fox.
new story, but There's a lot here that's really familiar.
The
and
new
then a lot of new
movies.
stuff.
Oh, okay.
And you guys are.
Really
I'm sorry.
excited that
I'm
we
using the
get to actually
gamepad.
talk
We're going to
about.
notice a lot of this split screen gameplay, and I was using it there to
Right.
check in with my teammates. And people are going to, the voices are going to sound a little familiar. That's because we brought back a lot of the original voice actors, not just from the original, but from Star Fox 64 3D.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but again, this is a brand new Star Fox game, so those voices are going to have a new life, which is going to be really
course.
exciting.
And for some of those
All right,
lines,
go.
the classic barrel roll lines, you got to keep those in to keep the fans happy. But there's also a lot of really cool new lines that
I like to shoot Falco right off the
for
start,
this.
give him a little friendly, wake him up.
All right, so Morgan
Nice.
here is kind of aiming around the screen, taking these enemies out. On his game, on the Wii U gamepad, he actually sees the cockpit view, whereas on the TV screen,
Yeah.
he's seeing kind of like the overview. So you can either use the TV to aim.
The hell is that?
Was that a giant chainsaw?
And you can see
Yes.
right away we've got some stuff that we've never seen before. Like some sort of giant saw blades. Boom.
Oh,
geez.
careful.
You got to dodge that stuff, man.
I think Miyamoto-san will be very sad if we destroy the R-Wing on our first go out.
Not going to happen. It's totally not going to happen.
It's not a cheap piece of equipment, so.
Yeah, and it's really fun to switch back and forth between the TV screen and the gamepad screen here.
And not only that, the gamepad gives you kind of a finer
Oh,
amount
it
of
sliced
control.
that
Not only
building
a finer
apart.
amount, but a wider
Oh.
amount of
Yeah.
control.
Nice.
Tilt it straight up. You can shoot straight up while you're flying forward.
It's really cool. We're going to see some of that later when we get into the all-range section. And, people are going to, I think immediately you're going to feel sort of, this, we're going to see a lot of Star Fox Zero gameplay here on Treehouse Live, and I think people are going to be excited by things that are very familiar to them, like this opening section. It's sort of, it's not really on rails, but it's classic sort of flying. We're going to see some all-range sections, and then
Yeah.
we're going to see some other stuff, too, that I think is going to be really exciting.
Right.
And I'm really glad that during the digital event, we got to hear Miyamoto-san talk about the inspiration for a lot of the design here, because now having heard about the archways and the shrine inspiration,
Yeah.
it's really interesting seeing the stage again and seeing it through those eyes. And
Yeah,
it's-
that's something that, obviously with playing past Star Fox games, you do a lot of, you fly under stuff and through stuff.
Oh,
Oh.
I had never really thought of it,
Whoa!
as,
oh.
Watch out.
It threw a train at him.
Waiting his
That's
whole
great.
robot life to throw that beam at me. That guy.
that's his only programming, is to throw.
So I'm missing there.
Yeah.
Was that one of the girder throwing robots that you just destroyed? Like big guys who throw
I'm just
things?
taking out some trees too, as long as I'm here, why not? And you guys can see my hits counting up there. It's, it's that classic Star Fox. I'm racking up hits as I take down enemies. I'm getting more of those as I get combos. So
Right, yeah.
There's
So
that
if you do that charge shot, take out like 3 enemies at a time, you're getting actually more hits than you would if you took them out individually.
yeah, whoops, there's another one of
Oh.
those guys. And I'm not going to save Corneria by getting a high score, but it's going to make me feel real good.
And those rings, those are refilling your shields and whatnot as you take damage.
Yeah, I think if people at home, I'm actually switching back and forth quite a bit between when I'm looking at the TV or looking at the gamepad, and we've got that picture-in-picture, which is nice. Obviously, they don't quite know where I'm looking, but it's so much fun to sort of switch back and forth.
Yeah.
And we're going to see, here we go, we're going into all-range mode now. There's
Speaking
General
of familiar
Pepper.
faces.
He's holed up in the top floor.
Switching to all range mode.
In all-range mode, again, I think we got a lot of Star Fox fans maybe watching, but people that haven't. Now I'm able to fly completely around this area in 360 degrees. I can also use the ZL button here. That's putting me into target view, so to check that out, I can.
Nice.
Got a really cool sort of cinematic viewpoint here. If you see my gamepad, I'm still in first person, but I'm able to use the TV to track a lot of these fighters. We've got a lot of enemy fighters right now. I'm going to get back to work here trying to take these guys down.
And that target view actually comes into play, when you need to see where you are in relation to another object. Sometimes you can use that.
Nice.
Check the TV, be like, oh,
This looks
guy's
like
behind
this
me,
looks
and
like
then
it's
go
some nice, like relaxing fun.